I call myself the fire pilot. If you've ever wondered why, if you've ever wondered who I am, or what this channel is all about, this video is for you. Here's my story. Well, who am I? Who is the fire pilot? I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in the hills and hollers of eastern Kentucky. For you city folk, a holler, it's just simply a creek or a stream. I grew up relatively poor, but humble and thankful. I joined my local volunteer fire department around 2002 and found one of my life's first passions, firefighting. Helping people find comfort when they're often having the worst day of their lives was something that I found extremely fulfilling and satisfying. As many kids do, I'd often look up to the sky, I'd see airplanes flying around and thought, how cool would it be to fly in one of those airplanes? Now, I'm not talking about being a pilot of an airplane. I hadn't thought that far ahead yet. I'm simply talking about flying in an airplane. As a mountain kid, you don't know people who fly airplanes. So you may have only heard of people flying in an airplane in a commercial flight. My aspirations were somewhat limited by my surroundings, and with my financial limitations, I never dreamed of being a pilot of an airplane. It was just beyond my scope of something that's feasible. But I grew older, just like we all do. And my horizons kind of expanded. I started thinking a little more broadly. I became a paid firefighter. It's been almost 10 years now. I later became a paramedic and since have been promoted to the rank of lieutenant. I assumed that flying, despite my financial stability, was still beyond my personal limitations. I'm married to an awesome woman and we have an amazing son. Flying airplanes still seemed so far outside of the realm of possibility that I never pursued it and I never went any farther with it. Several years ago, my wife encouraged me to get a hobby. She said, get out of the house, you're spending too much time in here, you need to be doing something other than work and outside of the house. So in the summer of 2018, I took her up on that offer, started making some phone calls, and I just wanted to see how much it would cost if I wanted to start some flight training. I came across a flight instructor who had a 1969 Cessna 150. It's a J model. And he said flight training was $120 per hour. I said, is that just your rate? He said, no, that's all in, the plane, him, and everything. I said, okay, let's try it out. I met him at the airport and he said, hello, my name's Josh. I said, hello, my name's Sean. He said, okay, are you ready to fly? 10 minutes later, here I am in the left seat of a 50-year-old tin can. We got a 100 horsepower motor strapped to the front of this thing. We're burning 6 gallons an hour, and here we are flying in the clouds. I was actually piloting an airplane. Boy, look at what this old mountain boy is doing now. Still to this day, it's extremely humbling. It took me about 13 hours to solo, and by 15 hours, I ended up buying that airplane for the price of a cheap used car. I finished my training in that 150. I got my private pilot certificate. I flew the next 100 hours all over the state of Kentucky and beyond. Now that plane that maybe some good old mountain kid is looking up to the sky and dreaming and think about what he can do or she can do, that's now me. I'm now that person that somebody may be looking up to and thinking, man, I wish I could do that. You know, I don't take that very lightly. I feel like I have an obligation to those who may create the hurdles and help them overcome it. So today we're all in on aviation. I mean, all in. I'm an instrument-rated private pilot with a multi-engine rating. We fly a twin-engine Cessna. It's a 310R, a 1979 310R, 2638 Yankee. We share our trips, our trials, our tribulations with this plane, the good and the bad, for others like yourself to hopefully enjoy. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Now you know a little more about me, about our family, and why we're doing what we do. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to have more videos to post shortly about questions that have been sent to me that I want to answer right here on YouTube. And if you do have questions, please drop them in the comments below. If you do enjoy our videos here on YouTube, I would ask that maybe you consider a subscription to the YouTube channel. It's completely free, just hit that red button. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this episode from The Fire Pilot.